Some stars flicker and fade as if they were never really there. But Barbara Eden is one of those rare lights that refuse to dim. A presence so radiant that she didn't just entertain. She imprinted herself onto culture in a way that feels eternal. A woman whose very smile seemed brighter than the most carefully ranged stage lights. Who could stand in front of a camera without fireworks or digital illusions and still pull you in, as if she was revealing a secret, because her magic wasn't stitched into a costume or locked inside a television set. It was in the way she could mix playfulness with elegance, innocence with allure, mischief with charm, and create a performance that felt bigger than the screen itself. And that's why decades later her image still feels alive, still makes people pause, still sends waves of nostalgia and admiration through. Audiences who remember the first time they saw her appear in a puff of smoke and realize that television had birthed not just a character, but a cultural emblem, a shorthand for fantasy, glamour, and joy all wrapped into one. Barbara Eden's genie role became so iconic that people often forget how rare her balance was. She wore an outfit that pushed boundaries for its time. Executives panicked about the idea of showing a belly button. Yet she never came across as scandalous. Instead, she radiated an approachable warmth. The kind of charisma that made Glamour feel safe, fun, and guiltless. Something everyone could enjoy without hesitation. And outside the role, she proved she was far more than a character. Appearing in photo shoots, magazine covers, and public events where her energy was just as captivating. Showing that her stardom was not confined to a single set, but expanded into fashion, style, and confidence that never stopped evolving. What makes her stand out even more is the longevity of her aura. While other names fade into history books, Barbara Eden could slip back into that genie costume decades later and instantly command attention again, reminding the world that legends are not erased by time. They're strengthened by it. They gain depth, they gather new layers of meaning, and they keep inspiring fresh generations who discover them through images, clips, or even a passing reference that sparks curiosity. Because her essence is timeless. Look at her photo history, and you'll see the unfolding of a woman who always embraced her moment, yet somehow made every trend she touched feel like it could live forever. Whether it was beachside candids, red carpet glamour, or vintage swimsuits that wouldn't look out of place in today's fashion campaigns. She managed to create visuals that outlived their era, images that still circulate with awe, reminding fans that true charisma cannot be manufactured, cannot be copied, cannot be forced. It either lives in someone or it doesn't. And Barbara Eden had it in abundance. Even in a world where modern celebrities invest millions trying to fabricate mystique, her presence remains unchallenged because it was never about strategy. It was about authenticity, about being able to laugh in a way that made viewers laugh with her, about smiling in a way that pulled people closer, about projecting both innocence and sophistication in equal measure. And that's why her aura lingers, why her photographs still stop people mid-scroll, why audiences still debate their favorite moments and argue over whether her first genie appearance was the pinnacle, or whether the bold swimsuit spreads that somehow feel futuristic in hindsight carry the crown, or whether it's her later stage appearances that prove glamour and confidence don't vanish with time, but actually sharpen with it. Barbara Eden represents a rare kind of beauty, the kind that isn't just in the figure or the face, but in the spark she carried. The invitation she offered to audiences to believe in fantasy without letting go of warmth, to believe in glamour without losing charm, to see a star who didn't demand attention but effortlessly owned it. And that's why her legacy persists. Because she wasn't bound to one decade or one role, she belonged to all of them. And to every fan who still finds themselves captivated when they stumble upon her image and realize that even after all these years, Barbara Eden hasn't aged out of relevance. She's become the proof that true legends only grow brighter with time.